Alright guys, welcome to Collabira. In this tutorial we are going to show you how to find our palindrome numbers. Our palindrome number actually has to do with numbers that remains the same when 8 digits are reversed. Just like this one we have here, if you reverse 101, you have this. If you reverse this number, you will have the same number, the original number. If you reverse this one, you will have the original number, just like this one. And if you reverse this, you will have the original number. So it's what we are going to do. We will write a code that apply that palindrome numbers. Good. But before that, let's try to recap on some of the things we did in our previous tutorial. So in our previous tutorial, we converted numbers to words and we built the method. So this is the method. We built one parameters within the method. We also built the string index array, and we try to pass some object within the index array. You can see all of those things we pass in the array. And we built another array too, which is the string array, and we try to pass an object. Then we apply the test case conditions, and we also apply the place value of all the numbers conditions. So we have the median place, and we have the thousands, we have the hundreds, and we have the tens, and so forth, right? So here we apply it in a way that it can convert any numbers from million down, but not up to billion. But if you want to do it for billions, you can also try to change these figures to the billions positions, and this one remain million, and you just try to repeat the same thing. And we show you how you can use it for user input, wherein you can enter some basic information from the keyboard. And these are some of the things we applied. These are some of the things we applied in our previous tutorial, and we had a result which shows like 2397. We have it to be printed in words. So if you're just getting started with us, you might want to watch some of our previous tutorials. There are so many things we have in this course. You can click the playlist and you see all of the videos there. We have so many things there. Okay, don't forget to subscribe as we move along. Thank you, and let's get started with our tutorial. Before then, we will comment this out. Let's try to comment this so we can have more space in our template. Let's try to comment this. Okay, here we go. All right, we'll bring it downward. Thank you. All right, let's put our curly breaks. So now what we are going to do is, the first thing we want to do in this code is to write the method which will test the conditions. So here we say public, and we say static, then we say boolean. Check integer, and we say palindrome number. No, it's okay. Let's say int, and we say number. Very good. So now we have one conditions, and we have our method, which is a boolean method, right? So here we try to apply the first conditions that say if the numbers we pass within the method, if it is not a palindrome number, then it should return false, right? But if it is a palindrome number, then we should have the return true, and then it should tell us the original value of it, right, after it has been converted. All right, so here we say boolean is palindrome equals false, and we say if number equal reverse number, what happens? And we have this that say is palindrome number is palindrome equals true. So we are trying to build the conditions. So it's palindrome equals true, or this should not be equal. Very good. Here we go. So now we say return is palindrome, right? We say return is palindrome. Then we come next here, we try to apply the revise situations, wherein we will try to build the revise method, right? So let's try to build a revise method. Here we say public, and we say static int. Let's dress this up a little bit. We say revise int number. So now we don't have any more error because we try to call the revise method here, and everything is fine now. What we want to do next is by saying int revise equals 0, and we say int number, let's say remainder, equals number modular 10, and we say revise equal revise times 10 plus remainder. Now the next thing we want to say is number equal number divided by 10. Very good. Here we go. We try to write our while statement. While number is greater than 0. Oh, why do we have error? Why? Okay. Yeah, let's check. Give us number is greater than 0 and return revise. Yeah, so why do we have this error? Let's try to fix it. So here we say int static and revise equals 0, and here we say, oh, this one should be int, and we say remainder equals 0. Alright, here we go. The next thing we did was we didn't apply our do loop. So let's apply the do. That was why the error came up. I literally passed over it. Okay, so we say do, and we take this in from here, right? So remainder equals 0 modulo 10. Yes, this one. Okay, and this one. Alright, here we go. That's what it should be. Alright, everything is okay now. I think I jumped over the do loop because I didn't actually figure it out. Okay, that's fine. Now that we have this, the next thing now we want to do is to apply the palindrome number. So we try to pass some number. We say system.out.print in, and we call the method name. Then we try to pass some number, right? So the first number we want to pass is 101, and we can just copy this and paste it over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Good. So this, let's try to see 202. and let's copy some of these numbers from here. Yeah, I think it's better that way. And we copy this one too, and we try to copy some random number. Now here we go. So let's separate this. So this one is for this method. This method now is going to test if all of these numbers we pass here, if they are palindrome number. If not, it will return false. If it is true, then it will if they are the number, then it will return true. That's the first thing we did. Then we have the second method here, which will test the number and revise it to the original number, right? So let's say 101 and we say 50005. Good. And let's try another one again that says this, and we say 606. Alright, here we go. So let's try to run it and see if we are correct or we have some error. Let's see what we have. I hope the code is very clear. Yeah. Alright, here we go. So you can see here we have it true, false, true, false, and true. Good. So let's try to test it. Why do we have it like that? We should have some numbers. Alright. So the first one here we have, yes, this is a palindrome number. This is also a palindrome. This is a palindrome. Yeah, and this one too. Yes, this one, and this one is, which one is false we have here? One is false here. Okay, yes. This is false. So let's see, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this one is false. It's false. Yes, this one is false. Good. So it's working correctly, but we didn't see the palindrome numbers. So how to revise it? We have to call the revise method here. So let's call this revise method, and we just say revise. Very good. That's all we need. We just call the method here to test the conditions of these numbers too. So now the next thing that we will do is to run it. So let's come here and we try to run it. So let's come and we run it. Alright, it's taking time a little bit. Alright, here we go. So you see now it has converted it. You can see the result. So it has been converted now to the original number. Yeah, this one is converted because it's true, it certified the conditions and so forth. So this is how to convert our palindrome numbers. Okay, let's go over the code so you can see everything clear. Alright. Here we go. Now there is another thing I want to show you before we end this tutorial. What we did here is not the best alternative or the best choice, I can say. It's always, sometimes it's good to make the code a little bit easy and not so much complex. So let me show you another way you can do. You don't have to write this whole thing here to certify the Boolean conditions, which is the true and the false. So let's try to comment this out first so you can see the differences. Let's try to comment this out. You can come here and you say return number equals revised number, and you say number. That's all you need to do, is certify the same conditions. So instead of you writing all of these code here, all of these one, you can just write this and it certifies the same condition. To test that, let's try to run it and see if what we are doing here is correct. Let's try to run it. So instead of you writing all of these things, you can just write this one, and it's a less time and it certifies the same conditions and it's more easy to understand. Alright, it's running. Let's see what we have next. Alright, here we go. So you see, we have the same result. Everything here is correct. You can see everything is correct. So instead of you writing all of these things, you can just write this one and it's fine. Okay. Alright, I think if I was you, I think this should be the best choice. Let's try to go over it before we move to our next Java tutorial. The first thing we did was we created our class and we entered our public static void main method, and we talked about our palindrome numbers. And our palindrome number has to be our numbers that can be reversed and it remains the same original numbers. So these are the numbers we pass to test the case of the palindrome number, and we have the method here for the palindrome number, and we have the parameters. Good. Here we wrote the code, the first set of code, and we said it was not the best choice, and you can use this one also depending on the best one you want to use. Then we try to apply the reverse number, but this is the conditions. Like we said, this will test the conditions. If the numbers you pass here, if it is a palindrome number, then it will return true, just like what we have here. We have true and false here. So if it is not a palindrome number, then it will return what? False, right? So is what exactly this conditions is doing, or this method is doing, right? Good. Then we have the one that we try to test if it is a palindrome, and then it will convert it to the original number, right? So if it satisfies the conditions of the palindrome, then it has to convert it to the original number, and you can see everything here. Okay, good. So that's all for this tutorial. We move to our next tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe as we bring you more content. If you're just starting this course with us, you can click our channel, and you see all of the courses that are available within our channel, and there are more courses also coming up with some projects, so you can subscribe to our channel as we bring you more content. Thank you, and let's move to our next Java tutorial. Alright,